Hey, Cannabis Friends. In today's video, we're going to go over how to dose My Fit Life CBD if you have anxiety, stress, or panic attacks. So if you suffer from either one of those or all of the above, then this video is definitely for you. Okay, so let's get on into it. Let me make this a little bit bigger for you guys so you could see it a little better. All right, so we call this like a phase 1 CBD protocol. And I know that those three are different, anxiety, stress, and panic attacks. But the general dosing and the way that people have success is similar in our community. Okay, so we call this the phase 1 protocol, and it's sort of the light. We start off with our lightest dose, which is 25 milligrams. And you could do that with either the capsules or the tincture, or what I like to do is I like to get both, and you'll see why in a second. But either one is fine. Both is preferable. Okay, but you start off with the recommended protocol, which is a serving of one capsule 2 times per day, or one full dropper 2 times per day. Now, one full dropper of the 1,000 milligram is 25 milligrams. So it's one capsule 2 times per day, or one full dropper 2 times per day, and that's a total CBD of 2 capsules or 2 full droppers total per day, and that equals out to a total of 50 milligrams, 50 milligrams per day. Okay, so you do that day and night without fail for about 7 to 10 days, and you check in with yourself to see if you're doing well or if you think you need a little bit more. You can also check in with us as well, if you're concerned about that. But it's pretty intuitive, and you just like say, hey, if you're doing well, then you just say, hey, I'm going to stay here and I'm fine. And there's many people are good with that. Okay. And with that dosage, the 25 milligrams and 25 milligrams. But if you're doing good and you feel like you need a little bit more, then follow these suggestions. Okay. If you need to adjust up, like you need a little bit more, then you double the dosage. You go to 2 capsules 2 times per day, or 2 full droppers 2 times per day. So that's a total CBD of 4 capsules or 4 full droppers total per day. So the total milligrams for that is 100 milligrams total per day, which is totally fine. That's actually just a general dose. It's not a super high dose at all. And about 90% of people are good with either one of these scenarios, either the 50 milligrams total per day, the 25 milligram and 25 milligram, or the 100 milligrams total per day, which is the 50 milligrams and 50 milligrams. Okay, so you start off with 25 milligrams twice a day for a total of 50 milligrams. You check in with yourself after 7 to 10 days. If you're doing good, you stay there and you just continue with that dosage, and you're fine. You're golden. And many people are good there, but many others have to move up a little bit. And to do that, you just double the dosage. You do either 2 capsules 2 times per day, morning and evening, or 2 full droppers of the 1,000 milligram 2 times per day. And then most people will be generally good with that. So one or the other, as mentioned, about 90% of the people will fall into one of those ranges. And if you fall into the second range, where you're doing like the 2 capsules 2 times per day, 4 capsules total per day, or the dropper version of that, then move up to the 50 milligram capsules or the 2,000 milligram dropper. And the reason for that is just, it's like with the capsules, for instance, it's less of the capsules that you'll have to take because like to hit 50 milligrams, you would have to do 2 25s, or you just do 150. So it's just less capsules you have to take per day because you're doing it every day, And the same thing with the droppers. If you move up to where you're doing 2 droppers in one serving of the 25 milligram, then you move up to the 2,000 milligram and you're going to be doing 1 serving. And we have charts on the website for all that stuff if that sounds confusing to you. But just so you know, and you could also hear this video over again as well. But like I said, there's charts on the website, on the product pages themselves, that show exactly how many drops equals how many milligrams, and what is a full dropper, what's a half dropper, etc. So and you could always call in or email us if you have questions beyond anything that you do see on the website. We're always here for you. So that being said, there are what's known as flare-ups that happen. And if you have anxiety, stress, or panic attacks, then you know what a flare-up is, right? And they will what additional doses can be taken during the day if you have a flare-up. Okay, so if you're going to be doing something that may trigger a flare-up, or a flare-up that just happens, so sometimes they just happen out of the blue, and you're like, oh, and it makes you like not able to continue with the day as well as you may be able to. Then you just take a few drops. If you have the tincture, then that's where the tincture comes in. So you could do, instead of doing a full dose, you could do like half of a dose. They call it a micro dose, and you could do like 5 or 10 drops instead of a full dropper, and that usually smooths you out. And then because it kicks in the stuff from either end of the day, the CBD from either end of the day, and then you're good to go. Usually it'll either take away what's going on, or it'll mitigate it to where it's not as impactful. It doesn't impact you as much. Okay, so either scenario is awesome. And if you have anxiety, stress, or panic attacks, then you know what I'm talking about. And the same thing is if you have something going on that may trigger something, like if you have a phone call with that person that takes your soul, or if you're like me, if you have a phone call that you have to make with anybody, then do a few drops before the phone call, and it'll smooth you out, and you'll have a better outcome and be more able to be present during the conversation. And it just makes for better relationships, either personal or business or whatever. Okay, so the flare-ups, they they still will occur at first, but their frequency will lessen over time if you're consistent with the CBD day in and day out, and do the morning and evening routine. Okay, the flare-ups, mitigating those, like you said, that if you have like a few flare-ups a day, that's okay. Then you could do a few drops for each one, and you're fine. That's not doing too much. They'll lessen over time, and you won't have to do them. And you only have to do it during the day if you have a flare-up. Okay, so I'm just trying to make things as clear as possible and answer some questions that may be popping up. But if you don't have a flare-up during the day, then you don't have to take any. You just do the morning and evening routine. As you get better, and you have less flare-ups, or maybe even no flare-ups during the day, then still take the morning and evening dosage, because that's your mainstay, and that's what's enabling you not to have the flare-ups, or to have much fewer flare-ups during the day, and be able to enjoy your life better. Okay, so it's one of those things where it's an essential nutrient that your body is missing. It's not that you're defective or you have a disorder or something like that. You were just malnourished. You had a cannabinoid deficiency. Now you're feeding yourself with cannabinoids, and you're able to function the way that your body is supposed to, because watch the videos on homeostasis and balance, and the function that CBD and the other cannabinoids have in your body, and you'll understand that better. Okay, so if you have any questions, reach out to us, support@myfitlife.net. You'll find all that information below this video. Remember, make sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you're watching it on one of the video channels around town. And remember that knowledge is power and health is wealth. This is Al Morenton with My Fit Life. Thank you, and have a beautiful day. Peace.